industrialization, entrepreneurship, Africa's growth, commodity slump. Well, you would want to know that the commodity cycle that Africa has enjoyed over the past 15 years could be somewhat in a bit of trouble when you think of the commodity slump, the demand from China that we are having that has now been reduced, and just general economic growth. And it has been said that the entrepreneurs could be the ones that hold the key to help prop up the African economy. Well, this morning with me, I have the founder of Elumelu Foundation, Mr. Tony Elumelu. Yes, Mr. Tony Elumelu. He's the founder of the Elumelu Foundation, one of the very big African business leaders, and he'll also be chairing here one of the sessions of the World Economic Forum. And he'll tell us a little bit about how Nigeria is coping with the economy, then he'll tell us a bit about his business, and he'll also give us his views on the World Economic Forum and how we can make Africa better. Mr. Elumelu, thank you very much for your time. Just as I said, a little bit about how Nigeria is coping, first of all, with the slump in the economy, and just generally Africa is not doing well. How is Nigeria coping?
Thanks so much. I think Nigeria is taking it well. The truth is, most of us see what's happening now as a blessing in disguise for the country, because for decades our country did not actually diversify the economy beyond oil. And so with what is happening now, we're taking it much more seriously, and with the new government, the economy is, the diversification impetus is moving on, and the private sector is responding appropriately to that, and Nigerians are beginning to understand that we need to adjust for a better future. And that new mentality in us is something I personally cherish, because you see, you need to set a vision of what you want to achieve. You need to tell yourself that to get there, you need to make some sacrifices, and you need to work hard to make that happen. You need to be disciplined. And so I think we should come out of this a stronger country. As a private sector person in the country, I have not slowed down my investments. Because I know that the fundamentals are right. It's just a matter of time for the economy to readjust itself. And we all are working hard to make sure that happens.
A lot of people are speaking about the growth of an African entrepreneur. As a seasoned businessman yourself, what makes a successful entrepreneur, and how do we shape the youth of Africa to become who you are today?
I like to say that the reason I accepted to be the co-chair of the World Economic Forum is because it speaks to issues that are close to my heart, and issues of youth empowerment, issues of job creation, issues of leveraging different developments in the world like digital revolution to create prosperity for everyone on the continent. I am not just an entrepreneur. My foundation, the Tony Elumelu Foundation, I seeded the foundation with $100 million to help identify 10,000 young Africans, give them $10,000 each seed capital, train them, mentor them, create a networking platform for them to enable them realize their dreams, their individual aspirations. I think I owe this to the continent. I was born, bred, schooled, everything, and worked in Africa, and I believe that for a continent that has given so much to me, a continent that if does not manage the demographic boom well could become a demographic doom. A continent with talented young Africans, young men and women, we need to teach them how to become fishermen. We need to empower them economically. We need to give them economic hope. We need to make them believe in themselves. And that is what the Tony Elumelu Foundation is doing. That's what I'm trying to do. So for me, those entrepreneurs who go through the Tony Elumelu Foundation, we teach them what we call the TOE way. The TOE way is my own practices that have helped me to succeed in business. Because the aspiration that I have is that in future, these people should be much more successful than me, much more successful than my peers and I, so that Africa can truly and genuinely develop.
And just lastly, fast forward to 15 years, what does Africa look like?
I fast forward 15 years from today, I see an African economy that is much more stable, predictable, not totally dependent on commodity prices, an African economy that is run by great leaders, visionary leaders, an African economy that has a vibrant and solid private sector, an African economy with confident young men and women, an inclusive African economy, inclusive in terms of gender equality, inclusive in terms of everyone feeling the impact of growth, an Africa that does not only rely on growth rate statistics, but relies on how impactful these statistics are on individuals. An Africa that embraces and 15 years and says we have accomplished most of the SDGs. That is the Africa of our dream, and that Africa will come. But we all need to work at. Our leaders need to be more purposeful, selfless. The private sector leaders need to remember that we owe a helping hand to the younger Africans who are coming behind us. Our global partners, friends of Africa, who want to help Africa should realize that in the 21st century, we appreciate their willingness to give, but we want them to give in a manner that is catalytic and in a manner that helps to create self-sufficiency in the people they are giving to.
Mr. Elumelu, thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much. Well, that was Mr. Tony Elumelu, and he was giving us his view, his vision of Africa and how Africa can be great 15 years from now.